On Transcend with Debbie and can be found on all platforms. She is a renowned international evidential psychic medium, Reiki master, Moon Kai certified, and empowerment teacher who is holding space to bring awareness with other like-minded souls as we raise the vibration collectively for humanity with awareness, inspiration, love, compassion, and healing. Now, your host of Transcend with Debbie, Debbie Romero.
Yay, we made it. I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. Welcome back. Thank you guys for being patient. I love that you're off. Did you pull the internet plug? I love your guys' side conversations. You guys are dope. I love it. I love it. So welcome back, Mr. Pete Orbit from Port Gamble and my girl, medium Jennifer Rose. Welcome to Transcend with Debbie. For whatever reason, I was just having a little issue. I'm so glad, Kaza, you're there to say good morning because it is 2 a.m. out there in the Liverpool, Scotland, England area. Shout out to y'all for being here. And this is a perfect example of energy right now. We're talking about how we were going through shifts and changes and transformations, rebirth. And with rebirth, there is this transformation even for us in the living. As I say that, it reminds me of Dia de los Muertos, honoring our loved ones. And today is All Souls Day. And it is a time that we pause in prayer and ceremony and traditions as we remember our loved ones. Now, we're mediums. We do this all the time. And we also, what you may not hear about is, some of us go through near-death experiences, but I also feel that we also energetically do that. And as the shifts and the ebb and the flow of energy, we are definitely walking that path of a new layer or letting go of a layer and honoring who we used to be and who we are now. And so I think this is an example, internet going off, spirits like, you see, I'm in charge, y'all. Yeah, I'm in charge. This is what's up.
Yep.
Now, if you missed it earlier, Mr. Pete was talking about how this time of year, Halloween, is such a busy time for many of us in this work field that we do. Pete, as you talked about being a psychic medium, and you said earlier on, you kind of looked at it like a 2x4 hit you over the head and awakened you into this new journey and path. And me knowing you on that personal level, I know that's a true story. And how would you like the world to know, again, let's hear who you are, where you come from, and what you do, so we can hit that replay button for you, friend.
All right. Well, my name's Pete. Thanks for having me on, and to Jennifer as well. Nice to meet you tonight. And
nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me on. I was saying before that I live in this really cool place called Port Gamble. It's a really old town, and our newest home is 1919. The oldest one is 1859. And so it is an old town. And so by day, I work as the town manager, but a lot of people call me mayor. And then at night, I get to do paranormal stuff. And so I just started my 12th season of doing tours here, ghost walk tours. And there's always something new to talk about. And I will say, up until about 10 years ago, I was super skeptical of psychics and mediums and everything.
Right.
And then that's where the universal 2x4 comes in. And I just had an awakening experience, and it just kind of never stopped. So I've been doing mediumship readings professionally for about 9 years now. And I too have transformed through that journey and get information differently. It seems every couple of years it comes from a little bit of a different place. So I figured out that I kind of work mostly as a evidential medium. At least that's how my readings go for people. So, and I also play music, lifelong musician. And so that's a big part of my work too, or at least helping me get through life is music. So there you go.
I think that's so beautifully said. We change and we get our information differently all the time. Mm-hmm. And Spirit works with us differently. And Pete, I'm grateful that you are here and you're in this work filled because you do have a really gentle heart when you deliver your messages. And what he doesn't share is that he draws what he writes, and he does his little scribbles, as many of us have things that we do. And I remember getting a reading from you a year ago. I met you a year ago, if that. It was
Yeah.
not almost 2 years, a year ago, right?
No, a year
And
ago. Yeah.
he sat a year ago, and he sat there and he did a reading, and my grandfather came through. And what was very significant is that he wore suspenders, those go up, and he drew him and he talked about it. And I just love how you incorporate your readings, because you really do deliver them with a gentle, kind heart. So thank you for being here. And I know it's not easy to balance being a mayor, because he does take care of his city, and he does the paranormal, which he gets to do the ghost hunts and the ghost walks and all that. And then of course he's an amazing husband and father, and just a good person. So thank you for being here and balancing all of that. Shout out to
Absolutely.
Pete, y'all. Yeah. That was now my girl Jennifer here. Now, Pete, you met Jennifer when we did our Mission 22 fundraiser, but now we get to sit here and work with you together. You got me and you got my girls. So we're letting you know now, everybody, y'all, we're warning him now. You're all witnesses. He has got the warning.
It's all right.
My girl Jennifer, my grandbabies are knocking to say, "Girl, come on in."
Yeah, Debbie and I can really bounce off each other. Then we just start laughing. It's like a slumber party. We just can't. Oh no.
We can't help it. Girl, if we talk about this energy, you and I have definitely experienced the ups and the shifts and the transformations. And you just said to me, Jennifer, you said, Deb, this poem popped up from 2 years ago. And I said, Jennifer, read it. I want you to share it, because it's our words are just, they're so powerful and inspiring. If you don't mind, Jennifer, would you mind sharing your poem that you wrote that popped up on your memory?
I would be happy to. I had taken a picture of a pretty butterfly and then was able to channel this poem. So as much as I'd like to take credit for it, Spirit helps me with these things. So I have to give Spirit credit for it. But it's good for this time, because we're in really heavy transformation right now too. So hopefully this will lighten up things for people. But it's called Eternal Beauty. And here we go. So based, ode to the butterfly and all of us who are emerging. When colors change and magic does sing, what eternal beauty the world does bring. A landscape so adorned. The flames of delicate wings display illusions, like tales of queens and kings, for beauty was always there, even before it transformed.
Yes.
She is beautiful as a thought, as a dream, as an instinct, as creation, as an egg, as a caterpillar, as a chrysalis, as a butterfly. While it was thought into being by the one great dreamer, while it grew, while it crawled, while it ate, while it transformed, while it emerged, while it flew, upon graceful flowers in all her glory, her majestic life is and was always the breath of God itself. The beauty you see, is a reflection of you, love. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very beautiful. And I think, that is a perfect example of what we go through. And we don't talk about that, how often there's change and there's transformation, and there's letting go of who we thought we were, and we shift and we ascend and we transcend, right? And so I too have a little poem, and I want to share my little poem. And as Jennifer says, these poems are inspired to us by Spirit. And my mother was with me with this one, and Spirit. And so this is also a little poem I'm going to share with you guys. I see over time, I'm not who I used to be. Like a butterfly, I too was a caterpillar, moving slowly but surely. from one spot to another, feeling into the vibrations, nesting where I could rest, preparing a home to protect my vulnerability. I suddenly too created a cocoon of my own, just as the caterpillar. I said to myself, I too am precious, just like the butterflies, healing with the colors of my essence, moving slowly but surely. Within the darkness of the cocoon, I rested, curious as the sunlight hits my wings. I knew then I wasn't who I used to be. From the darkness into the light, my cocoon opened and set me free. And now I know I am not who I used to be. And so I leave you guys with that as a reminder that we're not the same from minute within seconds to days. Our thoughts change so quickly, and who we think we are at this moment can change in an instant. And so, if you are all feeling a little vulnerable right now as time has shifted or has changed, it's natural, it's normal. It's part of the ebb and the flow. And so, if it's a little harder to fly with your wings, get back in that cocoon and let that body rest. Get back into that energy and let the hand of God hold you. And so, we are always perfectly imperfect. Beautifully said, Eddie. And I think, as you sit here, Pete, and you talk to us and you say, I read differently. It comes from a different place. And so we are shifting in how we connect and how we feel into the environment or spirit world and our world, right? And so I just felt like this this was a great opening because we had the super moon, the full moon, the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse. And I'm not an astrologist, but boy, let me tell you, my body can feel the hits and the wave. And just give me a surfboard, y'all, because I need to be on that baby in the ocean because that's how I was feeling. I was a little gentle. And then I was like riding the boogie board. Then I went into some jet skis and I needed a boat. That's just how I feel sometimes.
Right
So
on.
thank thank you y'all for just Pete holding space, Jennifer sharing that, and you guys for our listeners. If this resonates, I just want to give that extra piece, that extra love, and that extra support to say, honor yourself as you rebirth, honor your ebb and flow, honor the energy, and be gentle and kind because your soul is changing all the time. So that's how I wanted to start our show today. I hope this resonates with those that are here listening. Jennifer, thank you for giving us a glimpse of your beautiful transformation that you experienced. And thank you, Pete, for giving us also an experience of taking us into a glimpse of your world as well. So, with that being said, does anybody have any questions for Mr. Pete? Because, Jennifer and Jennifer, do you have any questions for Mr. Pete with the work that he does? Send in some questions because this is what it's about: asking a medium Q&A. On top of that, it's also reading. So if you're open for a reading, if you're open for some questions for Pete, this is the time. Roll call, send them in, y'all. And Jennifer, don't be shy. Don't be shy with Pete. Make sure you ask him whatever your
Well,
heart desires.
can I comment that as you both are reading each of your poems, it it was almost like each butterfly in each poem turned into a million of them in my stomach. So I was really feeling the energy off of that. That was very cool.
Yeah, it was
Very
beautiful,
cool. I
beautiful
love that.
spirit. I know when you were reading yours, Debbie, it just felt like a prayer, and we were just like the power just got so graceful and beautiful, and it was so nice. So nice. I feel
Yeah.
like we all needed that.
I think it's important. I love the word that Jennifer uses quite often, and it's coming to my awareness is grace. We want to add
Yeah.
grace to our walk, to stay poised, and to the mannerism that we develop. Honor that,
Mhm.
right? So I know before we started, Pete said he had a name that popped up to him before we even came in. He was already rolling in hot with spirit.
Mhm.
Well, I just have learned over the years that if I start seeing a name and it keeps popping up, I should just write it down. It was the name Miranda. So
Miranda.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's, and it's spelled how you think it is.
Okay. I I could send that out to all the listeners. Does anyone here resonate with the name Miranda? I love how it unfolds like that, don't you, Jennifer?
You never know, right?
Absolutely. You never know.
Right.
Yeah.
You never know.
And
And I've seen. Go ahead, Pete. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, just to kind of go, as you guys are reading your poems, and I'm thinking about transformation myself, and what does that mean? And it's almost like, if we're not transforming, if we're not moving onwards and upwards, what are we doing, right? And that's where you find
Right.
people who are really struggling. And so I think we always have to be, there's a balance of moving forward and transforming, but not letting go completely of everything. I think there has to be a balance there, because everything that we experience in our life is a piece of who we are, and it's a piece of our soul as we're moving forward. So I think too, there's a balance we have to find, that
Right.
where we accept moving forward and growing and learning and changing, but also take those things that make you who you are too. Obviously,
Right.
you don't want to take bad things with you, but there's a balance there. And I think
Yeah.
it's hard for each. I think it's different for every person, but it's something to remember, that don't forget who you are. You will change and
Right.
transform as energy does, right? Because we're
Yes.
energy too.
mhm.
But there has to be a memory to that.
Right. I love
Beautiful.
that. I love that you say that. And this is why it's so nice to have all of us together, because we're bringing one piece to the forefront, and then you bring the other piece, and then Jennifer has her piece,
Right.
and that's the change. But also, those experiences is what molded us to who we are today.
Right.
And so without
Exactly.
those experiences give us the empathy. They give us the opportunity to be able to be strong enough to hold on for not only self, but for even others. So what
Yeah.
I did right now was I put the link in for YouTube. I put the link in for Facebook. So if anybody wants to join the live, you can also click on the link.
Mhm.
So surprise, y'all, you can come in. But you have some people, no one really said they understood Miranda, but you do have some that are saying open. So if you guys go to the comments, feel free to be guided to go wherever you like. If you feel guided to a name, please go for it. Pete, Jennifer as well. All of us are just going to hold space and just share whatever we would like, what comes to the surface for the person. So being
Okay.
that you are the honor, Pete, we start with you. Where would you like to
Oh,
go?
great. uh, okay. So I guess I don't know where to go in the comments to the person, but um, there's an older man that I think his name starts with a C, and maybe I'll get it. Um, but I don't see him wearing glasses, but he's kind of a bigger guy. Um,
Mhm.
but a big smile. I'm trying to think if there's a celebrity that he looks like that I can kind of compare him to, that people will know. I think his name starts with a C, and he's got almost like a comb over on top, so he's very thin on top for his hair. I would put him around, 65, 70 years old, somewhere in there. He's real gentle, huge laugh. I mean, talk about a belly laugh with this guy. Um, I'm getting directed to the letter M, so it might be for someone that their name starts with an M. Um, his message is, even if you think I'm not there, I am. This person has felt like they've lost touch, but he's there to keep that um, within the family. So whoever this goes to, whoever it resonates with, he's wanting. I guess the main message is this: that he is there. Um, He isn't gone totally. He is there. And this sounds really weird, but something to do with pancakes. I see lots of pancakes.
I
I'm
love
not
pancakes.
I'm not hungry. I see
I
lots
brought
of
my
I see like stacks of pancakes. Like maybe it was like, quality time was spent, at breakfast time. Like that was the thing with him. Good quality time at breakfast time. Maybe the smells of pancakes. I don't know.
So you do have someone that understands this, Pete. Let's check in with her. Kaza White says her great uncle Charlie and his wife Mary. So the name C is who you had, and the wife is Mary. So you had an M and you had the C, and she could understand this.
I'll try and
If
describe him a little bit more. What he's wearing is just like a white polo shirt. I feel like he was just kind of a modest dresser. And he's a larger guy, around the waistline. Man, I might get it. I feel like there's like a certain joke that he would always tell, and I'll see if I can get it. But so I also see now. I'm starting to see this stained glass. I think is what it is, and it's a blue diamond. Here we go, Debbie. I'm gonna draw it.
I knew it. And you also have another one here that's saying maybe my brother-in-law loved his wife cooking. Fits description. Not the C, but sister's maiden name starts
Okay.
with an M. So you got two people that are listening.
Sorry about my artistic skills, but it's like I
it.
think it's like a deep. It's a dark royal blue, and I think it's like stained glass. That's kind of how the texture looks to me. So maybe in this person's window they had something like that with the blue diamond, stained glass, or maybe it's just a piece of art, but it's like a deep royal blue color.
Now, Kaza, did you understand any of this information that was sent? This is the picture that was sent to, you can't see it because oh, I can't. Kaza, you'll have to jump in because I'm in the Twilight Zone right now. I'm in Las Vegas, so you can't come in. And there's an illusion behind me, and I'm letting it stay behind me. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
It's all an
Kaza, send me the
illusion.
picture of who they are. Kaza, if you want to come in and show the picture, I didn't mean to interrupt your reading there, Pete, but she sent me the actual picture.
He's still there. He's still there.
Coming up, she's coming in. She's coming in, Pete. She's coming in.
And Nancy understands the stained glass as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Just
Nancy,
in
there's a
case.
leak. Come in, Nancy. I love this.
Yeah, it's specifically a diamond shape is the blue.
I love diamonds. I lost many of them, but I love diamonds. I was like, did I not just ground before I came in?
No.
Okay, I have something else from him. There has been a family question for a long time. I don't know what the question was, but the answer is yes. So if that means that there's been like a family mystery question, the answer is yes. I get this. This guy had a lot of problems with his right shoulder too. He's kind of doing
I
this.
feel very nauseous with him. Mm-hmm. He must have been funny because I'm taking jokes now, so he has to be funny.
No, he liked. Yeah, he loved to laugh. This guy. Gosh. I feel like there's like I'm not seeing what it is yet, but he's a real affinity for birds. Like that was like he always really loved birds. I don't know if he studied them, if he was part of the Audubon Society. I'm seeing lots of feathers with him. Maybe he collected feathers. Just an overall nice guy.
Oh.
I also see a very nicely written cursive J, capital J. But the message is, there's two messages. If the family if there's a question in the family about some rumor or nobody ever knew sort of thing, the answer is yes. And he learned that on the other side. And the other message is he's not totally gone. He is there. Um,
So Nancy could understand a lot of this, but at the end she didn't. So Kaza's going to come in and let's see what Kaza's going to show. She's trying to jump in the link, but she has a picture. And hopefully this can solve
hopefully
for
there's some
you.
other guys in the picture too, so I can point
Yeah.
them out.
Yeah, there's two people in the picture. So I know that
Okay.
she was trying. I couldn't show it to you because of the way the screen is. Well, let me see if I saw that my hands were able to go in that way. I've never. No, there you go.
Yeah, we can see
That's
it.
what she said.
So
Yeah,
I don't see him wearing glasses. He doesn't have them
Okay.
on, and the guy I see is maybe a little bit larger in size
Mm-hmm.
than that gentleman, but the same smile and nose and like those kind eyes, that looks a lot like him. Maybe he lost a lot of weight towards the end. I don't know.
We'll have to ask Kaza. Kaza, was he heavier in
Yeah.
his younger days? I don't know if we lost Kaza. So Nancy would understand it. I mean, you gave the message. If they come in, we'll honor it when if they come back in. But for both of you, obviously, you both could resonate with it. So this is where spirit is very intelligent, and they will kind of leave a little nugget for a golden nugget for each of you. So take the message and how it resonates for thyself. If you do come in, Kaza, and you want to bring clarification, we're here waiting. But if you don't, that's okay. I don't know if we lost you online, but I don't see your comments in here, so we'll wait. And we just appreciate both of you for honoring spirit. So thank you, Mr. Pete. And Nancy says thank you.
This is how I see the J name.
Oh, I love that. You got the handwriting and everything. Look at you and your auto writing.
So
I got Kaza here.
That's a signature. I just feel like it is. Maybe for Nancy,
Kaza.
for John.
Hey. Kaza, Nancy, both listen. This is Kaza, Pete. Hi, Kaza.
Hey, Kaza. Hi, Kaza.
How are you doing? How are you both? How are you all?
We're happy to have your sparkly starlight sunshine here with us, darling.
Yes.
2:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you for being here, Miss Kaza.
He did wear glasses. He has got glasses on in the picture. He did lose a lot of weight towards the end of his life. And the birds I can take, there was something to do with birds because he actually lived in Canada. But he was my papa's brother, so he was my kind of my great uncle. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've just seen all kinds of different feathers with him. And so the messages that came through, is there like a family mystery, or like there's a question that, nobody knew the answer to, that kind of everybody would talk about at family gatherings? Oh, do you remember this? If there is, if you can think, if it might hit you later, if there is one, but the answer is yes. And the other message from him was that he isn't totally gone, and that he is there. So I don't know if you need to hear that, or if it's someone close to him too, that maybe they're feeling a little bit lost and he's wanting to reassure, hey, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah. It'll be my dad. My dad's kind of a bit down at the moment, so it was his dad's brother,
Okay.
so it'd be his uncle.
Yeah.
The feathers. My uncle, well, I call him my uncle, but he had a Indian headdress. I remember seeing it when we went over to Canada. That's just come to me.
All the feathers.
Yeah, the feathers.
Okay.
And the blue, you mentioned Blue. Now, I don't know if this is significant or not, but he was a Vancouver Canuck fan. Huge Vancouver Canuck fan. So they play in blue and green.
Okay.
So I don't know if that.
I don't know that that was. I don't know that that was a connection there, but
I didn't think so, but I thought to mention it. Go Canucks, go Canucks.
It was totally a diamond shape that I was seeing, and it was blue, and it really looked like stained glass to me.
Okay, all right.
I'm
not sure.
I'm a Seattle Kraken fan, so we're rivals with the Canucks. So there you go.
That's unfortunate, really, isn't it? Really.
Gosh. Well, I am in Vegas, and it's all about the Raiders over here, but I'm a Steelers fan. So since we're gonna go that route, but congratulations to your teams. Kaza, thank you for jumping in here at 2:30, 2:40 in the morning.
Thank you.
Side of the world.
Well, yeah, and
you're
Kaza,
such a trooper.
I would say, please let your dad know that his uncle is not gone. Maybe that message for your dad.
Yeah,
that he needs that, and it's something about remembering something about it at a windmill. That's the other piece I just got. So there's something about remember something about at a windmill.
Yeah,
your dad needs to remember that experience or whatever was going on, and he can draw his strength from there. So he's wanting him to remember something about something at a windmill that they were at, maybe together.
I can take a windmill, definitely, without a doubt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you so much. That was amazing. But I'll definitely let my dad know.
Yeah, let him know.
Yeah,
he needs it.
Yeah. Thank you,
Pete. Kaza, well, since you're in here, Kaza, can you let everyone know right now in the audience about your fundraiser that you're doing right this time in honor of pancreatic cancer? So those who want to support you and come follow you, that they can come and support you in any way that they can.
Yeah, I'm doing, Debbie and I are doing. Debbie and I are doing. I'm doing 100 squats a day for the whole of November. So it's all in aid of pancreatic cancer. I lost my partner through pancreatic cancer. So everything that I do is basically for her charity. So it means a lot to me. So yeah, that's I'm doing 100 squats a day for 30 days. So.
Oh, beautiful job, friend. And so for anybody who wants to support pancreatic cancer for this month, and not only is it something that's this month, but we have many that battle this. And so Kaza has taken a step forward in a beautiful way. And I just wanted to share that for the platform for you, Kaza, in honor of Sue and you. And thank you for just jumping in here on the live. And
thank you so much.
Bringing in your great uncle. Thank you, friend, for being here. Is supporting. Much love to you, girl. Now, I'll probably get 5 to 10 squats in, but Sue and I are going to talk about that in heaven. And I will let her know. Sue, girl, I got 10 on it. Okay, but I love you, my girl. I love you, my girl. Go ahead, Jennifer. Go ahead.
Is there a particular organization that you're donating to? A particular pancreatic organization?
Yeah, it's Pancreatic Cancer UK. So
okay,
I have the link on my Facebook. So I'll try or PayPal or whatever. But yeah, I'll get that all.
Yeah. For the love of spirit, we'll make a donation to your fundraiser for that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we would love to.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments, friend, okay? Yeah, Pete, I need all the luck I can get.
Thank you, guys.
You got
squats
this.
Are really good for you, though. Squats will make you look good, Debbie. Trust me, those squats are awesome.
I'm telling you, I've been doing the sand hills, and they're I'm feeling every burn, even in my feet, because the sand is hot. My little toes. So trust me, I know, girl, I know. So, Mr. Pete, thank you for starting us off. Miss Jennifer Rose, do you feel guided to go anywhere here in these comments where you feel that you are drawn to?
Let's see. Well, let's say hi to all our girls while we're here
Let's
too.
say
Look at all our
what's
friends,
up. Look
Isabel
at
and
us.
Amy and
What's
Nancy and
up?
Erica. And there's B and Debbie. There's Miss Gia. Gia's my girl. Good
Cosmo,
to see you.
Linda, Isabel,
Love
Amy.
that.
Oh my God.
Melinda's here. Oh my God. Jeremy's here. Hi, everybody. Oh, Monica and Aspen. Look at that.
And
So I
yeah,
would go ahead.
well, before us girls say hi, do you want to say some hi's too, Pete?
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
not hog it all
sure.
up, because we'd be like, say what's up.
Well, I'll say hi to my lovely wife Molly. I know she's watching, so she'll
Molly,
probably
girl.
comment. I saw my buddy
Love
Mikey
Molly.
comment earlier.
Hi, Mikey. He
He had
did.
a really cool comment that he's a great guy. He's a musician friend and a great friend of mine for a long time, and who's super spiritual. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Oh, I could feel that with him.
That's who I was drawn to, was Mikey. That's who I was drawn to.
Oh yeah,
because
you should. Yep.
Because I saw, I don't know if you're still here, Betty, but every age we have ever been into the present. So very much in alignment. That's why I was drawn to you, Mikey. Very much in alignment with what we were saying is the butterfly still contains the caterpillar. So we are constantly shifting, every time a mood, a thought, everything, we're constantly shifting, and we think we're somebody only to find out we're somebody else in a few minutes, a few days, who knows? But that doesn't mean we've lost everybody else. And that's what's so interesting is we tend to feel a lot of grief over who we used to be, that sort of mourning, that sort of dark night of the soul of the old us. But that old us is still within us, if that helps us. But absolutely, because we wonder why all of a sudden, Debbie and I feel like, teenage girls having a slumber party. Sometimes we start laughing. Well, it's because that part of us is still in us, and it's just kind of like gotten activated because we're multidimensional, so exactly, we're multidimensional. So we might, sometimes in our less proud moments say, who was that, and we just go, oh, well, that was
well, that just happened.
That was a less mature self.
That's what we say. Okay. That's how we roll.
So interesting. As we were talking about that with Mikey, I was pulling cards from my energy spirit deck, and I got Archangel Zadkiel, number 21, self-acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. So that's quite lovely. So that is quite in alignment with what we were just talking about. So Mikey kind of representing everybody here, that we love ourselves, all of ourselves, in every moment, give ourselves that compassion and forgiveness, even if we're not always showing up our best. We try our best and move forward from there. And that's where we have to give ourselves and each other that grace and compassion. But yeah, I can definitely feel into you, Micah. You're interesting because your colors are very, very deep blue, purple, indigo, kind of all mixed together. So I can tell you're very, what I want to say is quite the mystic, aren't you? Quite the mystic soul, like very, very, very much so.
I think he is.
You got a lot of stars around you too. And so I know what I want to say is you're ever present, which is very cool, very interesting that I'm getting is you're ever present. So I can tell that you've gone through a lot of transformation, and you walk the path with spirit in you, as you, through you, as which we all do, except you're very, very aware of it. So that's quite lovely. I see wrapped up presents, like if it's Christmas time for you. So I know that you've been unwrapping your gifts as you've gone through your own transformation, which tells everybody else that we too always will get those gifts along the way too. But I know that these next, I want to say 8 years, the infinity, are very significant for you. There'll be a lot of beautiful growth and expansion on top of what you've already done. But in order, that's going to enable you to help quite a lot of people. So I want to thank you for being here. I also want to give you the number 31 as being significant. However that resonates for you, I want to give you that number. And thank you for letting me give this to you. And it was a gift to feel your space and have you with us. So thank you.
Yeah. And he's one heck of a drummer. I'll say that too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Musicians are very connected. Yeah. Musicians are very connected. You have to be, because language is like the music of spirit. You have to be. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. do you like, how do you even control one first, what a beautiful message, and I could feel Mikey's energy, and I was just like, oh, I'm very Christ conscious, very
Mm-hmm.
very
Mm-hmm.
taken back to before
Mm-hmm.
time, and the feet walking that God spirit self. I loved it. So beautiful way to bring forward message. I don't know if he's here, but please Pete, let him know that he did get a little card pulled for him, because I don't see him here, but it's interesting because you also are a musician. I want to say magician. You do magic too, Pete.
No, I
That's
don't do
true.
magic.
But I feel like, when you're in that and you're in the flow, and we're channeling, do you catch yourself going to a like trance or like get spirit quicker because you're in the do 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 do, like in the guitar and all of that?
I definitely feel an energy connection when I'm playing, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if it's necessarily spirit or not, or if it's the energy from my fellow musicians. Because when you're like playing in my band's called Steady Rock Cosmonaut, I'll plug it there for you.
There you go. Follow the
um,
band, y'all.
but it's one of those like um, we do a lot of off the cuff type stuff and just see where it goes. And there's definitely there's a connection there that's beyond, I think, just a physical sense, and it's through the music. It's through music and sound is energy, energy waves, and so I think it's there is this connection. So yeah, I kind of almost sometimes feel like in a trance, but I still know what's going
Right.
on,
Yes.
and I just always feel so much better after jamming out. It's the best drug in the
Right.
world. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I love that. And going back to the slumber party that Jennifer likes to talk about, how we go into those different states and when we're talking and we get googly and we get woo, yes. And so right now that whole movie of like 13 going on 30 just came to my mind. And it's like we could totally be that 13-year-old jumping, but we're wanting to be that 30-year-old, and we're like, yes, girls just want to have fun. And it's nourishing the soul and the spirit. Everything is sound and vibration. So you saying that, beautifully said, friend. Thank you so kindly. Kaza is sharing her plug here for her cause, for her fundraiser in honor of Sue and loss of Sue to pancreatic cancer. And look at Molly, his wife. Shout out to Molly all day. Pete, what about the guitar you were just mentioning the other day? Oh, there's a story that you're holding back on. Way to go,
Yeah.
Molly! Bringing it out, girl. That's what's up. That's what's up.
She keeps me in line and moving forward. That's for sure. No, I was commenting the other day. So a good friend of mine who I met through the paranormal gifted me her late husband's bass guitar that had been playing gigs in Seattle area for 30 years. And it's a 1970s bass, and it's just amazing. And so, yeah, thank you for reminding me, Molly. So I guess I do feel this guy's energy with me when I'm playing the bass, his particular bass. And I was joking the other day that I think he's helping me out because I've been able to pull off stuff I haven't been able to before when I play this bass.
Nice.
So I think he's
Nice.
there, and that he's helping me. I just feel his energy with it. And so, yeah, there is that aspect too. And the bass that I have it's just amazing. It's got all the character in the world. And so I guess there is that too. So I do feel this energy when I'm playing this particular instrument, and it's cool. Like I said, I've been able to pull off stuff I haven't ever been able to pull off. So
Right. No, and there's what you're touching on right now is another level that many of us can actually be experiencing without realizing psychometry and feeling
yeah.
into the energy and the frequency of the person that
Oh
was
yeah.
their belonging. And so sometimes when people say, I'm going into this house, it feels a certain way. What was the house like before? Who lived there before? And the energy that was left behind, how did this, their life and their lifestyle. So you clearly just opened up a door for many of us who either know about this or don't even know. So thank you, Pete, one, for sharing that. Molly, shout out to you, girl, for bringing that to the surface. And so as your friend comes in and he's from Seattle and he's on, you know, it's like that dun, 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 dun. I don't know if there's that whole song of the Beavis and Butthead, but that just comes into my awareness like the rocking out. So he's got that
All right.
personality. You understand
Oh
this,
my
right?
God.
Because I know this. You know that this is what's the area that they're taking. It's a
Now-
show.
Now you're taking me back to
I
teenage
know.
sleepovers.
Oh my God.
It's some inner child healing going on up in here.
Were they the ones that did the happy, happy, joy, joy? Was that Beavis and Butthead,
No,
or was that a different show?
that was Ren and
The
Stimpy.
guitar.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ren and Stimpy.
This show had me up at night just as it played all night. So it has to be 30 years old because my son is 30. And I remember being in bed and hearing that in the middle of the night. And I'm like, turn that thing off. Because all you hear is, and they're just laughing. So yeah, so definitely your friend has that kind of vibe because that's the frequency vibration that he gave me. So
Yeah.
as you spoke of him and you spoke of the guitar, there's a gratitude that you have. And I don't mean to be reading you, but I just feel like he's just grateful, like peace on, like peace, brother, peace.
Yeah.
You know?
And I just want to honor, you know, his memory. I didn't ever meet him in life, but I just want to like be musically respectful and like play awesome so that he can be like, yes, right on.
And okay, so yeah, right on. Peace with you. He's just bringing that love for you. So I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pete, and thank you, Molly. And yes, as Deb says here, Debbie says, you know, I got a friend who wants me to scan, so speak her new house, and she's about to move to speak her. So I'm assuming that you're scanning the house and you're going to scan to see what was there in the timelines is what I'm getting, Debbie, is what I'm sensing with you. And this happens like there's so, you know, what was there before? What was the timeline that you're touching into for all of us sensitives? And I know Pete does this for a living. Jennifer can do this also. She can fill into the land and how the land speaks and what was built on that land. So we are able to go into that depth of energy. So wow, Deb, good for you. So let's see where I can go. So I know that Molly, thank you for taking us to psychometry. Thank you, Pete, for sharing the love of your friend. Let's see who's here. Who's still here? I know that we started a little late because of the internet. Are you guys okay with time?
Absolutely.
I know it's late for you, Pete. Are you okay with time?
I'm good.
Okay, very cool. Exactly what I feel, any negative. Yeah. And I think a lot of times when we say that there's negative, you know, really it could just be a story that just happened. It could be something that they're experiencing. It can really be a way to just send it love and say, I honor this story that was here and we're hearing you. We understand you. You know, when someone says the building is alive, Pete's guitar is alive with the soul and the spirit of his friend that played it. There is that frequency vibration that it holds and stays with. So, oh my God, we can go on with this. Emma Gregory girl, good morning to you from the UK. So thank you, Chanel, for being here. Amy, thank you for being here. Cheyenne, thank you for being here. Belinda, thank you for being here. It's very interesting because I was drawn to Aspen, but I know Aspen. And so I know Aspen on a personal level from as a student. So I have to say that, but I haven't talked to you in months, babe, but I definitely want to say like love for you and mom. And so I feel like I want to come to your mom. I want to put angel rings around her. So you must have asked for some healing because angel rings are coming in as they allow spirit to come closer within the chest. And they're just bringing a beautiful color of green. They're coming into the mind to bring a little bit of purity, which is a white, a little frequency that comes in. I feel like God's hand just comes on top of the head. Someone in your family either was a deep prayer, feels very much like a woman that steps forward. And I just want to bring prayer. The month of December is also very significant, whether this is a birthday or a celebration. I want to go to the month of May and June, also a significance in reference to sisters. I also want to acknowledge a little dog that looks like Toto that's coming into my awareness really quickly. I feel another blanket of protection around your mom's stomach. So I don't know if there's a little bit of bloating or a little something happening here with the stomach. So spirit is really bringing forward the energy in a very healing way. Aspen, if you would understand this. I feel as if this energy comes in, I'm just hearing calm down, babe. Let's bring that calmness. The storm is past. So whatever you're concerned about, it's like it's past. I feel that either there's prayer that's happening. I feel like there is some conversation with this gentleman, and I feel like doctors, and I'm just going back and forth, and I just want to give prayers and I want to give acknowledgement of whatever's happening here at this moment. There's a gentleman that's also stepping forward feels very much like a grandfather or father. Yes, for my both my mother and me. I felt that, my love. I was drawn to you earlier. You're still here, and I wanted to let spirit come closer. Butterflies are also very significant. So there's also one, you can look at it as a transformation, but you can also look at it in a symbolic way. But I'm also feeling either someone has attacked you or was thinking of getting this as a tattoo in reference to this woman, which is either feels much like a mother or a grandmother feeling I get, if you would understand this. As I feel into this energy, I also know that the month of July was very significant. So I know either you went through some form of transformation and change, and I just want to bring upliftment to you, prayer, poems, just as we did. And I feel like you also made an intent to spirit to do more auto writing. So if you haven't done it yet, just as Pete does it and he's sitting here, he's drawing and he's writing, I want to give that to you. I want to put a pen in your hand, whether you're trying to develop a book or you're trying to develop your story on a journal or on paper, please do so. I also know that you're into cards. Yes to everything. God bless you, my love. I know as I feel into this also, I want to go into like the cards, like either you want to make cards or you want to draw your own cards. I know that you watch Kelly Brickle, and that is what's coming to my awareness. And I know that she makes her own cards and she writes them out. And I feel like you have this within you to do that as well. If you get emotional, because they're telling me that the emotions are in there, feel into it. That's your drive. That's what's getting you. There's emotions that's leading you, that's going into creation. Fill in that gut, fill into that solar plex, fill into that sacral, and ground that energy as you start to get that pin. Let spirit write with you is what I'm hearing. I know that I got chills as the presence comes closer, but I want to put you up as a gentleman comes to my awareness. There's a gentleman that steps forward, feels very much like a father. As he rises you and he puts you on his shoulders, is letting you know that he got you. I know that either Jen is I don't know if you're feeling into this, Jen, if you want to add into this. Pete, feel into this if you want to add into this. I'm going to step back so you guys can add to Aspen's read here if you like.
Go ahead, Pete.
I think I'm getting into something totally different for a different person.
Okay.
So Jennifer, you can go ahead and go.
I was just,
You're feeling
not
it.
too much. I'm feeling, it got very trancy in here. So like Pete and I are both like, "Wah," but I was almost feeling this blanket was being just wrapped around her from spirit just to help her
Yes.
feel safe.
Right.
Like it's just, and like you see, like I'm holding my hand like this, so they're wanting to hold her hand and let her know she's not alone. Just to remind her. And I know you already know that, Aspen, but just as that gentle reminder, you've got the safety blanket around you, you've got the hand holding, just letting you know that you're on this journey with spirit, and you're very, very supported and all of that. I also feel like there's been shifts in finances for you as well. So there's a little bit of like uncertainty or shifting around, but I'm feeling like that's going to work itself out just fine for you right now. I don't like to do predictions, but for me, it feels positive in that area for you. So I'll just give that to you. And there's a lot of just beautiful golden light around you too. And I feel like I want to tell you, just stay in that golden light, no matter what's coming your way. Just stay in the golden light. And then you don't have to worry about protection. You don't have to worry about any of that. Just, it's right there for you. It's in you. It's of you. And just stay in that, focus on the love. And then everything is going to, do you see what I'm doing here? Work itself into the path for you. So that's what I've got for you, darling. I see a big red heart also.
Yeah, a lot of love. And as you release any emotions, my love, if you cry, it's good to cry. I know it's hard for us because we want to be strong and we, to hold into our emotions. But, if you have a little tears, a gentleman in spirit hands me that tissue and says, you got this, girl. You got this. And so please continue to walk the path of faith in God and love and truth and honesty, because you have been doing an amazing job. Don't be so hard on yourself. As if you fall, we get right back up. So please know, yes, it says, in tears to everything that was said. I felt the tears, my love. It's been an ocean
a lot of solar plexus going on with her too. So I can tell that there's just worry and processing of emotions, and just know your what I'm going to say is representing pretty much what the world is going through right now. So a lot of people are just like churning emotions and feelings, and some of this is also just what you're picking up on externally, and that's not wrong or bad. You don't need to do anything. Just stay on the golden light, and you'll be just fine.
Right.
Girl. Yeah.
Right. Love to you, Aspen. Thank you, Gia, for sending her love. Thank you. Now, for anyone who's open for healing, let's send some energy out for those that are listening, and because you have Deb Hearn here saying that she just was going through something personal, and so as we allow Spirit to come closer, all of us can do this. Spirit just comes with that simple thought away and asking for the healing to go exactly precisely where it needs to go. We may think it needs to go in one area, but trust me, it can go into multiple areas. It's so intelligent. Just welcome it and have that open heart, that open mind, and open spirit. And so with that being said, for those that are in here, please just give yourself an opportunity to say open. If you can type open in the comments, beautiful. That'll be a silver ribbon wrapped around us in a beautiful cord of spirit as we invite our ancestors in honor of All Souls Day, in honor of Dia de los Muertos, in honor of your spirit, in honor of your transformation, in honor of love, in honor of receiving the goodness of letting go of anything that has hurt you from the past, the present, and the future, for things known and unknown. We give gratitude. We give gratitude for the love. We give gratitude for the experiences. We give gratitude for self. We give gratitude for those who have come crossed our paths, and we ask our healer guides. We ask for our spirit helpers. We ask for our team, our angels to step forward behind us, our higher self. We invoke all those that wish to be with us and the power of love and healing for self and for spirit. As we allow the energy to flow exactly precisely where it needs to go, as I sit here and I hold space, I allow it to go into the throat with the blue and the pink as it goes into the heart, as it falls the energy into the feet, as it goes into the earth star chakra, as we send healing to our planet, to our earth, to our conscious humanity, for self and for everyone, that we walk together this path in the power of love and strength and courage and honesty. Please give us the opportunity to stay open to the love that's manifesting for each and every one of us. Allow us to stay in the power of God and truth as we heal from the things said and unsaid. Give us the strength within the mind, within the body, and the spirit. I'm going to pause and let the energy flow now. As we remember our loved ones who passed before us, as we remember our ancestors, we are reminded that we are not alone. As we leave, some of us in our traditions, the pan dulce, the sweet bread, the candy, the little things that they liked, their knickknacks, their pictures, the prayers, the rosaries, the candles, the marigold flowers. We give gratitude as we honor our loved ones in the best way that we can at the moment, as they know your heart, they know your spirit. They feel into your energy. They feel into your memories, and they most importantly feel into your love. Even if you cannot see them, please know that they are there. Even if you don't feel them, they are still present. Feel into the scents of the smells of the cigars, or the flowers, or the roses, or the candies, or the sweetness of the favorite dish that they love to eat. Feel into the energy of your loved ones. Feel into the energy of self as your spirit team brings forward the frequency and vibration again in the way that you need it. We anchor that silver cord back into that beautiful earth. And again, we say thank you. And we give gratitude. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for you guys for showing up. And thank you for having an open heart, an open mind, an open spirit to receive tonight. So it is. So thank you, Debbie, for opening it up for us in that way. I didn't expect it for that to happen. So thank you all for holding space. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Pete.
Absolutely.
In honor of transformation and rebirth and self and the healing journey of self. And, the world right now needs this, and we can get that extra love sent from heaven. Why not? Come on in, Spirit. Welcome them because they're always with us.
Right.
Mr. Pete, I know that you like to end your show on a special note. So I would like to leave you with the final note and thoughts for Transcend with Debbie on Things Network and Transcend with Debbie. What would you like the world to know?
Thank you all so much for having me on. It's been fun. So I used to have a show. I'll say that. So I'm done for a while, but I will be back at some point.
You will.
But I I think that this applies any time of the year. But I guess one message would be we're coming into the holidays, and it's a time of gathering, but also can be pretty stressful too. And so remember to don't get caught up in all the hustle and bustle of everything, and make sure you stop and take a breath every once in a while and be present. Because my message that I would always say at the end of my show is the past is history and the future is a mystery, but today's a gift because it's the present. And we're coming into a season now where the hustle and bustle of everything, we're not going to be present. We're going to be thinking about the next thing or what I forgot yesterday or that sort of thing. So as we all go forward into what's supposed to be the best time of the year with family and loved ones, don't forget to be there with them. And the more you are there present, being there with the ones you love, the easier it is for your loved ones on the other side to come join you and hold that space with you. So with that, wish everybody a great rest of the week.
Thank you, Pete.
Thank
And Jennifer
you, Pete.
Rose, thank you for being a co-host with me and bringing in the giggles and the
Always
fun and the
fun.
joy and the beautiful poem shared.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that was cool.
Thank you.
Your love is truly pure. And so, Pete, we send our hearts to you, Jennifer, and to all who listened in tonight. Peace be with you in the mind, the heart, and the spirit. And thank you all for listening tonight on Transcend with Debbie. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.